You ever watch Shark Tank and wonder what really separates the people who get a deal from the ones who walk away with nothing? Well, beyond all the TV drama, there's a serious masterclass in business strategy happening. Today, we're going to decode that playbook. We'll break down how to think like a shark and, more importantly, how to build a business that can actually go the distance.
Shark Tank isn't just good TV, it's really a game of pattern recognition. If you watch enough episodes, you start to see it too. The successful businesses, they all share the same strategic bones. And the ones that fail, well, they tend to make the same predictable mistakes over and over again. So in this explainer, we're going to break down those patterns for you.
Okay, first things first, the foundation. This is all about the core idea. And here's the absolute key. It has nothing to do with what you can build. It has everything to do with what people will actually pay for.
Mark Cuban just nails it with this quote. Just because you can build it doesn't mean anyone wants to buy it. I mean, that one sentence is basically the tombstone for thousands of failed businesses. So many founders fall in love with their brilliant solution before they ever stop to ask if anyone actually has the problem.
So that brings us to the million-dollar question every founder has to face, right? How do you actually validate your idea and make sure you're not building something nobody wants?
The good news is, the strategy here is actually pretty simple. Step 1, go talk to at least 50 potential customers. And no, your mom and your best friend don't count. You need brutally honest feedback. Then step 2, and this is the real test, try to pre-sell it. Just a simple landing page can prove if someone is truly willing to pull out their wallet. Now that's real data, not just wishful thinking.
Okay, so once you've got an idea that people actually want, you've got to understand the engine of your business. And that means knowing your numbers. These are the key metrics that are going to fuel every single decision you make from here on out.
The very first number you have to master is your customer acquisition cost, or CAC. The question is simple. How much does it cost you in advertising or marketing to get one new customer through the door? If you don't know this number, you're not really running a business. You're just gambling.
Now, the other side of that coin is lifetime value, or LTV. This number predicts how much money a customer will spend with you over their entire relationship with your business. This is what separates a one-time sale from a valuable, long-term subscription customer.
And this is where the magic happens. You put those two numbers together and you get the golden ratio of profitability. For a business to be healthy, your lifetime value needs to be at least 3 times your customer acquisition cost. So if it costs you $20 to get a customer, they better spend at least $60 with you over time. Anything less, and you are literally paying people to take your stuff.
Next up, we have gross margin. This is the number that tells the sharks if your business has enough fuel to actually grow. It's just the percentage of money you have left over from a sale after you've paid for the direct costs of making your product. Think of it as the raw profit power of every single thing you sell. And that brings us to a really critical threshold, 50%. The sharks know that if your gross margin is below 50%, trying to scale your business is going to be incredibly hard. See, high margins give you cash to reinvest in marketing, to survive your own mistakes, and to actually grow. Low margins just keep you trapped.
All right, so you've got solid numbers. Now it's time to add the fuel for growth. This is all about how you reach more customers and scale up your business without getting sidetracked.
When you think about it, there are really 2 ways to get in front of customers. You can rent their attention with paid ads, and hey, it works, but it's temporary. The second you stop paying, the traffic's gone. The much smarter, long-term move is to own your channels by building an email list or a real social media following. These are assets that actually grow and compound over time.
But as you grow, the single biggest danger is distraction. As Mark Cuban says, you need to focus, pick one thing, and dominate it. Honestly, this is probably one of the most common pieces of advice you hear in the tank.
And the reason is simple. Real lasting success comes from doing one thing exceptionally well, not doing a dozen things just kind of okay. You see it play out constantly. An entrepreneur comes in with one fantastic product, they get a deal. The person with 17 different mediocre products, they get sent home. So, you have a great product, you've got solid numbers. Now for the final test, building a fortress. Because the moment you find real success, you better believe the competition is coming for you. This is all about how you defend your business from them.
This is it. This is the one question that makes every single entrepreneur in the tank start to sweat. What stops a huge competitor from launching your exact same product next month and just completely wiping you out?
The answer to that scary question is your moat. That's your sustainable, long-term competitive advantage.
And let's be really clear, being the first to market is not a moat. A real moat is something that's actually defensible, like a patent, a brand that people are obsessed with, network effects, or maybe an exclusive relationship that your competitors just can't get.
And really, this all brings us to the core lesson of this entire masterclass. True strategy isn't about adding more stuff to your to-do list. It's about what you bravely choose not to do. It's having the discipline to say no, so you can focus all your resources on the one thing that really, truly matters.
Which leaves us with one final and pretty critical question that you should ask yourself about your own venture or idea. Is your business built on cold, hard data and a clear strategy, or is it built on hope?